It's that time again. Time for the Steam Summer Sale, 2023 edition. It is that time of year. It's the sale. Darren and I have decided to do our sales videos this time after the sale is already live so that we can kind of give you the actual prices instead of guessing. I wanted to come up with a theme for this year's video like I have in the past, but I just really don't have one. There's not a lot that I've found that I'm super excited about in this sale, but what I've picked are a number of games that I've tried out, that I've played, that I'm interested in, just a sort of mix, but you will see some similar entries from things in the past. You'll see when we get to those. I will finish up the video with a section on games we're going to play for the podcast, and of course, as always at the end, there are going to be a few free games for you. For those of you that have spent enough or don't have the money, there's plenty of free, interesting experiences to have, and I'm going to let you know about 3 of them. Let's break it down into, at least for the YouTube chapters, into the 80 to 90 range. Starting at the top, the reason I can use it in my thumbnail, though I do think there are 2 in my list, but this is the one I threw in because it was right at the top of my wish list and has been for a while. I'm not sure how I feel about it, given something else that I've played recently, but Bridge Constructor Portal, $9.99 at base, 90% off. It is $1, and that is the historic low. If you like bridge constructors like Polybridge, this is probably going to be for you. If you like Portal, I'm not sure if it's going to be for you, which is where I'm not sure, but I will tell you for $1, it seems like it's worth giving a try. Next is Crawl. This is a game I have played a bit. It is a really interesting game, especially if you're going to play with other people, because what happens is right away at the beginning of the game, you and up to 3 other players will try to kill each other, and the winner becomes the hero that can crawl through the dungeon, trying to get to the exit with each exit raising the XP. However, those of you that died, well, you get to be ghosts, and you get to haunt and try to kill using traps, and it's just a really fun party game. It's pixel art, so don't expect the most beautiful game ever, but it works very well. You can see what things are. You could try to throw chairs at the hero, and if you can kill the hero, then you become the hero, and the hero becomes yet another ghost, and you're back to 3 and trying to kill. It is fun for 2 players. I can only imagine what it's like for 4. I haven't had that experience yet, but I really enjoy it. I think it is worth giving a try. $14.99 at base, but on sale, 80% off. It's about $3. That's also the historic low. However, if you want to get it from itch.io, it's only $1 there right now. Next is A Bird Story. Now, A Bird Story is about $4, but 80% off for the sale, which makes it 80 cents, which is the historic low. It is sold on the store page as being a beautiful, interesting 1-hour experience. And the fact that it is now under $1 means that's the right price for me to give something like this a try. Tron 2.0. Now, this game is $10 at base, but right now it is 75% off, making it $249, which I guess is also the historic low. On Fanatical, it says it's $209 on Is There Any Deal, but I'm not sure if that includes the voucher that's on that same website. Either way, it's under $3. I have played this all the way through this year. I really enjoyed it. I think that Tron 2.0 has a story that is much more in tune with the spirit of the original movie, and just some of the visuals are, I mean, they're dated, sure, but it feels like Tron. It looks like Tron. You can get up to, I think, 4 different weapons, but I primarily just used the disc, and it was amazing. It was what I wanted it to be. It's not always easy, and the story gets very cheesy by the end, but for under $3, this game is a fantastic game to play if you love Tron. Next up is Little Misfortune. It is $20 at base, 75% off for the sale, leaving it at about $5, which is also the historic low. This game, I've seen bits of it being played. It is cute, but also has really dark humor, and that mix to me is just something that's really, really wonderful. This is from developer and publisher that have made other games that I've really liked. If you watch the trailer and it is interesting to you, I think you're going to want to play it. And at $5, I think it's now hit the price where I'm probably going to jump in. Next, well, the last few videos I've done for the sales, I pretty much always seem to have a fighting game on there. So here you go, the fighting game for the summer 2023 edition, Killer Instinct. It is $40, 67% off, just over $13. Now the historic low is 10, and sadly I'm pretty sure that happened earlier this year, and I didn't get it because I thought I could just wait and get it in the summer sale. So if you want to wait for that historic low of 10, this is probably not the time for it. But I will say this. This is why I wanted to put Killer Instinct on here. Not only does it have some really interesting characters, some really good visuals, and overall good reviews on Steam, from what I understand, Killer Instinct is the game. So whereas I believe in a previous sale video I talked about the fact that Tekken 7 came out with so many different DLCs, I wasn't sure which one was which and didn't want to buy it and then have to pay more for something that I already had. That confusion doesn't seem to happen with Killer Instinct. They seem to have released it on PC just like the old school style that we would. Here is the game. And that I want to support. I'm not as huge a Killer Instinct fan as I am of some of the other fighting games, but it looks like fun, and if I can give money to a company that's doing something the way I feel it should be done, maybe I should. Red Dead Redemption 2. Yes. I think this has probably been on so many pick lists in the past. It's $60 at base, 67% off, which puts it just under $20. This is the price that I would be looking for. It is the historic low, though I will say Green Man Gaming has it at about $16.83, and Fanatical has it at just under $18. So you can save a little bit more money there if you want. But the thing for me is Red Dead Redemption 2 is one that I've been looking forward to. It is one that I've wanted to play. And the $20 price for that is pretty much the price I was looking for. So I will probably be getting it this time around. Bugsnax. Bugsnax is another cute but oddly dark and very weird game. It is a creature catcher where the creatures are all made of snacks. You have Bunger, which is a very adorable cheeseburger that runs around with curly fry legs. You have fruit that is like insects. You have a Subway sandwich that is in 4 parts, and you have to find a special way to catch it. And that's what mostly the game is trying to find these creatures, trying to catch them, but also progressing the story. And like I said, cute, dark, funny. It's just such a great game in so many ways, and it feels so special. It is $24.99 at base, but I played it for over 30 hours and was happy to do so. In the sale, it is 66% off, which makes it about $8.50, which is a fantastic price. If you see the pictures on the store page, or you're looking at this video now and it looks interesting to you, give Bugsnax a try. Wreckfest Deluxe Edition. Now the base game is about 10, which I think is the lowest it's gone on Steam. And I think that's also about the price it is at Humble and Fanatical. But the Deluxe Edition, $58, 61% off, makes it only about $22, $22.30, meaning it's a pretty good price for what you're going to get. Wreckfest is Demolition Derby and Demolition Derby Racing. It is a lot of fun. it looks beautiful for what it is. I wouldn't say it's artistically beautiful, but for a racing game, for a demolition game, it just looks great as a game, and it is a lot of fun. I've only played it for a few hours, but I want to play more. Next up, Supraland, 6 inches under. $20 a base, 45% off, making it $10.99 or, $11, which is also the historic low. I liked Supraland. It wasn't perfect. And I know that it probably sounds like I'm saying Superland, but it's Supraland, S-U-P-R-A. Link will be below anyway, so use that. Supraland was a great puzzle and sort of Metroidvania game in a different way, in the fact that it's much more horizontal than vertical. But it was a lot of fun and it was very cute. So this one, 6 inches under, I want to play, and maybe you will too. Next is Rusty Lake Hotel. Now I know that Darren has recommended these to you before. It's only $2 at base, and at 44% off, it's $1.11. The current lowest price is at Steam and Good Old Games. It's the same. However, here's the thing. Rusty Lake Hotel, I think, is a great starting point. I think this is a good one to get an idea of what Rusty Lake becomes when it is not just a cube escape. They do go a little bit further and do very, very different things. My big push would, as those who've listened to my other sales videos will know, I want you to get the big bundle. I have this year just gone through a huge Rusty Lake binge, and I've played all of the games in the big bundle. They are wonderful bite-sized puzzle games. There is an intriguing overall story. There is a great Lynchian atmosphere to the story and the visuals. It is so strange, so unique, so funny and dark and unlike anything else. I mean, I know I say it's Lynchian, but when you really get into it, especially Roots, it's just a really, really interesting series that deserves to be played by anybody who likes those kind of absurdist, weird, vague stories, and also those who love puzzle games. So, if that sounds good to you, give Rusty Lake Hotel a try, and if you love it, get the rest of the bundle. Meet Your Maker. Let's talk about Meet Your Maker. It is $30 at base, 25% off, making it $22.50. It's a newer game, so I think that is the lowest it's been. As I release this video, you should have as well 2 days free to play it on Steam. They're really trying to encourage the base, because what this game is a community-driven game where the levels are designed by the community, and you also go in and you play against those levels. And the levels are bases, traps. I watched a couple of the McElroy brothers play through some of Meet Your Maker, and watching them go in and trying to steal the gem, or whatever it is in the center, and then escape again. Oh, it looks so fun. They refer to it, I believe, as Home Alone the game, which is kind of the idea. The community has built these levels that are just full of traps, and other players then go in, try to defeat the level, get the gem, and escape. And here's the thing, you do have, as far as I know, as many tries as you want. So you can just keep attempting the same one over and over. But you can do it with a friend. And when you do it with a friend, you can heal each other, save each other. It is not, as far as I can see, an easy game, but I could see this being the type of game you do with a friend that could be a lot of fun. If you have missed out on the free trial, I highly recommend watch somebody who's streaming it or watch a video of somebody who's played it. I'll put a link to the one that I watched below. I think it's an interesting concept, and I'm worried if it doesn't get a solid base of players, then the game won't last. So please, give it a try. Check it out. Next up, Humanity. Humanity is a fairly new game, $30 at base, 20% off, so $25. Humanity is a Lemmings type game where you have a rush of people walking along and they will follow your instructions. You play a cute glowing white dog, and you can tell the flood of people to turn, to jump higher, to float, and also you have to capture these special golden statue guys that will walk along once they get caught up in the flood. I was given this one by Crimson Albedo, one of our loyal listeners. I have only played it for about 5 hours, but I love it. It can be really difficult. Boy, there was one level that I nearly gave up on, but I am right at the end of Chapter 2. I've done the tutorial, Chapter 1, Chapter 2, and for me, this is just a game that I love jumping in, jumping out of. It's a lot of fun. It's also got just really great puzzles that are 3D, that are, like I said, Lemmings-like, but it's not so much the perils of Lemmings and trying to save every human as it is trying to just get them to solve the puzzle. So far, I'm hooked. I love jumping in, doing a puzzle, and then moving on with my day. For me, this is a great casual puzzle game. Tron Identity. This is I'm going to have to say it now, Mike Bithell or Mike Bithell, we still haven't decided. If you like Subsurface Circular or Quarantine Circular, and you want to see, as I do, what that developer will do with similar idea of conversation and choice in a Tron game, well, maybe this one's for you. It is $15 a base, 20% off, making it about $12, which is also the historic low. Okay, one more for the here's something that Justin does every sales video now. I'm always pushing for Sony to give us more of the PlayStation games on PC, and they're doing that with Ratchet and Clank, A Rift Apart. It is not even out yet, but I just want people to be aware of it, mostly because I see some stores say that you have to pre-order in order to get one particular skin, but more importantly, a weapon. I don't like the idea of not being able to get all the weapons, and I hope that that isn't true and that later on you'll be able to get it in some way, but I want people to be aware. Ratchet and Clank is a series that I love, that I've played multiple games, multiple times, and I am so excited that another one is coming. I've recorded this part of the video probably more than any other, just because I love the series so much and I just can't seem to find a way to express it concisely. And that should tell you something. I'm not a person who typically replays games multiple times when I have so many waiting, but I do for them, and I would play some of the old ones again in a heartbeat. I love the series. I love the characters, the voice acting, the animation style. If you're like me, you're going to want to get this one, but it's up to you if you want to pre-order or get it on sale. As always in the sale video, I want to talk a bit about games we have coming up for the podcast. So we have Agent A Puzzle in Disguise, $20 a base, 90% off, $2, and that is also the historic low. It is basically an escape room in chapters where you are a spy and you are trying to get out of an enemy spy's headquarters or home base. It is cute. The humor doesn't always work for me, but it is fun as an escape room game, and if you like that kind of game, this one's worth playing. The Hex, $10 at base, 80% off. You're looking at $2, which is also the historic low. The Hex is from the same creator of Pony Island and Inscription. Expect subversion, expect using other genres to come together to make a new game. Expect meta ideas and expect a lot of fun and a great game. Lost in Random. Lost in Random is a very visually interesting game. It's also a fun game with an interesting story of powerful dice. The idea is when you do combat, you have to throw your dice, well, die. You'll understand that laugh when you get to the episode we recorded. It is an interesting mechanic. It adds random number generation, but limited and very understandable, along with cards in a combat system that just feels interesting. It's worth trying, and it's a fun game to play. Psychonauts 2, $60 a base, 66% off, now just over $20. You can get it for just under $20 if you want to get it from Microsoft, but $20.50, $20.39, that's pretty much the historic low as far as Steam is concerned. Darren and I have played through this. I have put, I forget exactly how many hours, but a lot of hours into Psychonauts 2. I put it off for a long time because I knew once I started playing, like that would be my life for, well, until I finished the game. And that's exactly what happened. It is fun. It is in every way a spiritual successor of the first one. You have a lot of the same voice actors. A lot of the aesthetics are the same, but the graphics are just so much improved. The combat and overall mechanics of the game, there's still a few things don't work quite like I would like, but overall, it's a much smoother game. It is a much better game as far as gameplay and game mechanics, and it is definitely worth playing, especially if you like Double Fine and if you like Psychonauts 1. And here we are at the end of the video. As always, I like to give a few freebies here. I have tried out a game called Alignment. Wow. It's tough. I didn't have a clue as to what I was doing at first, and I'm still not totally sure. I have a feeling later in the game, it's going to get really frustrating because it will be a lot of changing things back and forth, but it's wild. It is a game that you almost just have to try and puzzle out for yourself to understand exactly what's going on. Good luck. You're probably going to make it further than I did, but all the same, I found it very interesting. The Murder of Sonic the Hedgehog. I like it mostly just because it's free. It is a murder mystery. It's not the most interesting story. There's not really voice work. The Sonic levels where you're actually running and grabbing rings. It's isometric. It doesn't really work. It would drive me crazy. But as a short visual novel with bits of Sonic the Hedgehog running to break it up, it's okay. And for free, it's definitely worth giving a try. Pineapple on Pizza. I'm not going to say a thing about this game. This game is all about discovery. It will not take you long. This is an extremely short adventure. What might take you a little bit longer is finding all the achievements. It is a weird experience game where you get to explore the island with cute people dancing different dances. Enjoy it so much. You'll understand about 15 minutes in, maybe less. And that's it. There it is. My sales picks for summer of 2023. If you found anything that you like and you want to let us know, by all means, let us know on our Filling in the Gaps Steam page, or hey, why not just leave a message down below? With that, it's time to say goodbye. So, happy gaming, happy shopping.